Hey guys, welcome to History Behind the Warrior, and today is going to be kind of a part 2 for Akuma. Now I will say for the most part, everything in this video is kind of non-canon, but does contain some foreshadowing for the future of this character. Now first off, let's talk about basic Akuma. Now Akuma is an Ansatsu-ken user, meaning that he's extremely proficient in using moves like the Hadouken and the Shoryuken. Now whilst training in the style of Ansatsu-ken, Goki aka Akuma grew a fondness for learning about the more vicious and aggressive side of the martial art, resulting in him tapping into what is known as the Satsue no Hado, which translated into English means the killing intent. This in turn makes him a lot more aggressive than the typical Shoto characters. Now through constantly training and tapping into the Satsue no Hado, Akuma has arguably become the master of the fist, even regarding to himself as a demon in many cases. Now despite being ridiculously powerful, it's been said that Akuma has never really been able to tap into his true potential. Not so much that he can't, but more along the lines of he hasn't found an opponent worthy enough to face such a power. Now from this point onwards, I'm going to be talking about Akuma's other forms. Now the most recent one, and the one that which most people see as like the true future of Akuma, is Oni. Now this is a massive jump from regular Akuma. Well, definitely in terms of power set, since this guy kind of reaches, Super Saiyan levels of power. Now on a serious note, what's actually happened to Akuma here is Akuma has completely abandoned his humanity and given up completely to the Satsue no Hado, and this apparently caused him to undergo a massive change in terms of appearance. He turns blue and gains Goku's Super Saiyan hair. His body gains a ridiculous level of muscle mass, and the prayer beads he now has begin floating around him. So in this state, I'd arguably say Akuma is at his strongest, but there is another form that definitely does contend with the Oni form, but we'll be getting to that in a bit. Now in terms of playstyle, Oni plays quite different to the standard Akuma. His Hadoukens don't nearly travel as far as the normal Akumas does, and he plays in a style that's more similar to Goken than it actually is Akuma. Now in terms of pure power level, Oni's just ridiculous. This guy can perform the Shun Goku Satsu mid-air. Plus I think his appearance in Asura's Wrath kind of speaks for itself, as we just get to see how outrageously strong he is. Now mostly due to this character being quite brand new and not being canonized, the writers essentially have the freedom to make this character pretty much as powerful as they desire. So until now we can't quite measure the power levels of Oni, but we can definitely confirm that this is an extremely powerful form of Akuma. Now another form that's arguably considered to be the true form of Akuma is Shin Akuma. Now Shin Akuma has a slightly different appearance to his normal counterpart, wearing a purple gi instead of black, and in some cases having white or red hair, depending on his alpha or crossover counterpart. Now Shin Akuma in fact has two different stories. The first in the main canon being that Akuma finally gave in to the Satsue no Hado, more or less becoming one with the killing intent. Now in the Capcom vs SNK games, Akuma acquires this level after absorbing the power emitted from Rugal, and apparently by doing this results in Shin Akuma. Now in terms of playstyle, Shin Akuma plays more or less the exact same as Akuma, except he hits much faster and harder than before. All of his moves have a much faster startup, and he gains some devastating finishers, like his Misogi, which in many cases in fact one-hit kills. Now another rather famous form of Akuma is in fact Cyber Akuma. Now of all of his forms, this is one that I'm definitely going to say is a no in terms of canon, and this is mostly due to it just making its only appearance within the crossover games. Now in terms of story, the creation of Cyber Akuma was from Apocalypse, who I guess understandably saw the potential within Akuma and I guess kind of made him a horseman of the Apocalypse. At least that's the sense I can make out of it. Now in terms of gameplay, he actually performs a lot like Shin Akuma, except he seems to incorporate his mechanical arms into his moves. Now Cyber Akuma's last appearance is in Ultimate Marvel vs Capcom 3, where he's in fact an alternate DLC costume for Akuma. And that's kind of it for Akuma. Now Akuma has had some different forms over the years and tons of homages, which is why I've only kind of put these three forms within the video, as these are the ones that have directly come from the character, and the first two have the most likelihood of happening. Now please put down in the comments below, who do you think will be canonized, Oni or Shin Akuma? Anyway, as always guys, please comment, like, subscribe and share this video with everyone you know. Please take care, and I will see you all next time.